If you want to win some free PSN or Xbox gift cards, all you gotta do is be subscribed to my channel, drop a like on this video, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Also, Call of Duty points are in Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3. If you want to get some free Call of Duty points, click that link down in the description, install the app, and start earning yourself some points today. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the current top 5 guns in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded some Infinite Warfare because I've just been really into Black Ops 3 this summer, been going hard at that, of course, as well as World War II is out. There's a bunch of Call of Duty games that are popular right now. People are playing Call of Duty Ghost for competitive, people are playing World War II Beta, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare Remastered even. There's so many popular games. Today, I want to talk about the top 5 guns in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare for this summer for right now. Now, if you guys want to see me do more Infinite Warfare class setups, more overpowered class setups, you know, everyone always says, where'd the Infinite Warfare videos go? So if you guys actually want to see Infinite Warfare and a lot more videos, because I do think this game is really fun, it's almost underrated at this point, please show me some likes. By judging off the likes on this video, the comments, the views, the support on this thing, I can tell if you guys really want more Infinite Warfare for these last 2 months of the life cycle. So smack that like button. Let's go for 2,000. Let's get right into this. These are the top 5 weapons for right now in Infinite Warfare. Now, Infinite Warfare has not done that many patch updates. They've added a few DLC weapons here and there. They've done a few buffs and nerfs, but they definitely didn't update the game as much as Black Ops 3 did. So that's why I'm talking about the top 5 guns right now. First one, of course, and this is in no particular order, is going to be the NV4. This thing has just been your workhorse for the entire life cycle of Infinite Warfare, and it's no different right now. You're basically getting a no recoil ACR with, I'd say, a medium damage. It doesn't kill instantly, but that fact that it has no recoil makes it so you're literally going to hit every single bullet, which makes it feel like it's killing super fast, if that makes any sense. If you're using a high recoil gun that might kill really fast, you're going to be missing half of those bullets, and aim is a lot more important, especially in these flying around games with the jetpacks. It is a lot more important in a game like Infinite Warfare. You have to be able to hit your shots, and this thing definitely, you don't need a grip on it, you don't need anything. It has little to no recoil. You can easily pick off enemies, and that's why the NV4 is always a safe choice and always going to be one of the top assault rifles in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, even to this day, as it was on the first day the game came out. That's why I love this weapon, and I always will love this weapon unless they nerf it somehow. Next weapon is more of a newer one. This is the VPR. This is a DLC weapon, but however, in Infinite Warfare, it's unique how they did DLC, where every single person can get the DLC weapons. Now, the best version of this VPR is the Yokai, which is the Epic, but I don't have that one, and even if you don't have the Epic, this gun is amazing. Now, when this gun first came out, it was stupid overpowered, no recoil, but now they've nerfed it a little bit, so it does have a little bit of up and down recoil, but I still think it is definitely one of the top 5 guns of the game, because one, it has absolutely wicked hip fire, it has absolutely wicked melting up close range, and the recoil is so predictable. It's just an up and down bounce, which is kind of annoying when you're playing with it, but it still is that melt machine. If you have the Epic gun, this probably would be like one of the best, if not the best guns in the game, with the Epic variant, the Yokai, which comes with the built-in silencer, and it's basically the ultimate stealth class. But even without that, this weapon is absolutely deadly. It's that up close and personal, up in their face on these small maps, like on a map like Mayday. It works perfectly. Get up in their building, spray people down. This one is absolutely crazy, and it plays so well with Rewind, and that's why I think the VPR definitely deserves a spot on everyone's list. Not many DLC weapons can compete with normal weapons, but every once in a while there's that hidden gem, there's that DLC weapon, there's that classic weapon or whatever that can destroy other guns. We see the XMC in Black Ops 3. I would compare this to that. This SMG keeps up with the top SMGs in the game. It also is a DLC weapon, but what's different between this and the XMC is the XMC, you have to get lucky, spend money, spend call points to get it. This one is free to everyone. You just have to complete a challenge, and this thing's been out for months, so I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video that plays Infinite Warfare will have the VPR. Still a deadly gun even after all the nerfs it's taken. The biggest nerf is that up and down little bouncy recoil. Next gun here is going to be the Raw LMG. Now, the Raw LMG is one that I think resurfaced. It was at the start of the game probably one of the better guns in the game, and then it took a little break and went on the back burner for a while, but I think now it's resurfaced as probably one of the best guns in the game, especially due to the fact that during the COD Days of Summer event, which was really popular in Infinite Warfare, they released the raw solar powered, which probably not everyone got their hands on. It was sort of a limited release, but that is the nuke variant of this raw LMG. Even if you don't have that, the other epics of this thing are absolutely amazing, and that's why I think this thing sort of made a return after they ended up nerfing some of the guns a few months ago. But this gun sort of, it got all of its nerfs right at the brunt of when the game first came out in November, December, when it received all its nerfs. Now it has a new awesome water camoed raw solar powered nuke variant, which is really overpowered, and pretty much all the variants for this gun, whether it's the rare, the legendary, the epics, they're all super powerful. Of course, the one thing with this is you have to use it with the Merc combat rig, so you're able to use the traits and to have that full movement speed with this thing, which is something that you have to use. But having that ability to move at full speed with an LMG in Infinite Warfare is absolutely crazy using the Merc, and it just makes this class setup absolutely awesome. And it's something where is another Call of Duty where an LMG is in the top 5 guns? There's not many of them, if any. I mean, I'm trying to think. The guns in the LMGs in BO3 are pretty good, but this LMG, the key is being able to move at full speed. It's basically sort of like having a Type 2 LMG forms, which means you're moving at the same ratio, but you have a lot more bullets in it and a lot more firepower. And that's why I would say this raw definitely is on the return and is one of the guns, much like a lot of the guns on this list, that received nerfs, went away for a while, but then everyone realized, hey, you know what, these nerfs, when you hear nerf, it can be pretty intimidating, but in reality the nerfs aren't that bad, and this gun is still an absolute monster. Next gun on our list, a pretty obvious one, probably the competitive, one of the best guns in competitive, the K-Bar, which is competing with the NV4 for best assault rifle. There's some slight differences to them, and basically the slight difference, to break it down easily, is the K-Bar is a faster to kill, higher damage, but it has a little more recoil. You know, the recoil hits up to the right a little bit, when the NV4, like I said, has practically no recoil, but it takes a millisecond longer to kill. So that's why this all comes down to personal preference. The K-Bar, I'd say, is the better one up close because of how fast it kills. The NV4, especially because of the epic variant, that the flatline with the NV4, that one is definitely better at a long range. But I think both of these assault rifles deserve a spot on this top 5 list. Undoubtedly, if you use either of these, you're going to have an advantage over any other assault rifle player in the game. Of course, the Type 2, the Volk, those are good guns, but they're just one tier below the K-Bar and the NV4. That this gun absolutely melts, and probably I would say is, I mean, I gotta go with the NV4 for my personal favorite. That's just because I've been sticking with this since day one. The K-Bar is slowly, for me, surpassing and getting better and better every single time I use it. That's how it sort of feels for me. Definitely a weapon that if you go silenced, I like the NV4 silenced more because it reminds me a bit of the Honey Badger from COD Ghost and the ACR. I used to use ACR silenced in Modern Warfare 3, some games that I play a lot, but the K-Bar is more of the unsilenced beast. And that's basically some difference. More close range, unsilenced. The other one is more long range, silenced, which is kind of weird because silencer doesn't work as well at long range. But it's all personal preference. It's all how the weapons feel in your hands. K-Bar, you can never go wrong with that. The last one on my list, once again, this is in no particular order, the ERAD SMG. I had to throw in here a second SMG. So we have 2 SMGs, 2 assault rifles, 1 LMG. You guys are going to love one of these weapons at least, depending on your playstyle. Of course, the ERAD is more up in your face. It's not as up in your face as the VPR. The ERAD has less recoil than the VPR. The VPR is more of the close... I'd say, okay, let's compare it to Black Ops 3, a game that we all know. I'd say the VPR is sort of like your Vesper or your PPSH from that game. And the ERAD is more of like your VMP or your Kuda. The ERAD is made for, doesn't have the greatest hipfire in the world, but it does have that overall ability to kill people at medium to long range, to have a fast reload. Just overall, it's an awesome gun, and that's why I'd probably compare it mostly to the Kuda. Of course, we also had in Days of Summer the ERAD Equinox, which is a nuke variant put in for this gun. At this point, there is so many variants in the game, it's kind of hard to keep track of, but that just adds something extra to this gun, and it's something that if you watch competitive, and obviously Call of Duty XP, where Optic Gaming got their first championships, the ERAD was one that was used quite a bit, as well as the K-Bar. Those were the main 2 guns, and some people would use the NV4, but the ERAD is an awesome gun where on a smaller map, which a lot of these maps are smaller, and even if they are bigger, using the movement system, you can make maps feel small. That's where this gun definitely succeeds. works very well on a map like you're seeing in the gameplay here, one where there's tight areas, but there's also open areas where you have to get those kills, and that's where I would put it. You know, on Mayday, you probably want to use the VPR. On a more open, small pace map, or small based map, you'd want to use something like this, and it all comes down to personal preference, of course, but these are my favorite top 5 guns in this game right now. These are guns that are all good and bad in their own ways, but you can never go wrong. You're picking any of these 5 guns with a good class up, but I have class ups for all these guns that I made way back at the game's start. I want to do some more overpowered videos if you guys want that. If you guys do, please smack that like button, guys. I want to see some support if you guys are down for Infinite Warfare. Let's go for 2,000 likes, sub for a cookie, and don't looky. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.